Welcome back to the What Life, guys, and as usual we are going racing. We're taking part in the Race of the World's Rolling Highlands Category B this evening. So the main difference is I'm usually a Cat C rider. I have ridden this race in Cat C. It's up on the YouTube. Let's roll, guys. Let's get stuck into it. Usual Swifty start. This evening we are taking this on as a Cat B to see whether I can survive. A couple of the key differences: when I rode this as a Cat C, it was a much bigger group. This time we have a 30-person group. So I gave myself half a chance of staying with it. Usually the bigger the group, the faster the pace. Let me give you some key stats on the race to start off with. I am a Cat C rider pretty much through and through. I am usually at the faster end of a Cat C race. I have, however, never won a Cat C race. I very rarely come on the podium of a Cat C race, but I do consider myself, you know, a capable Cat C rider. I did an FTP test the other month. It's up on my YouTube. I'll tag it at the end. I came up with a 272 on a ramp test, my first ever FTP test having done that. When I rode this race the other day, I gave it all my everything, full beans, as a Cat C rider in a Cat C ride in a Cat C race. I finished on 3.2 watts per kg. I think it was like 250 watt average. This evening, guys, we're holding pace with the Cat Bs, and my whole intention was to just ride with the group. And as I said, key stats for the race: we know that this is a just under a 9 mile, just over 14.5k race. So roughly everyone is finishing this in 19 or under minutes, or thereabouts. So it is pretty much a variable FTP test because you are doing a 20-minute hard effort or thereabouts, right? So this evening, riding this as a Cat B rider, I held 3.5 watts per kg, 270 watt average for this ride, coming in at 19 minutes 24, which was faster than my Cat C race and 0.3 watts per kg higher to stay with the main group. I don't do anything in this race other than ride in the group and try and hold the group the entire time. If I ride Cat C, I try and make the race a bit more interesting, but because I'm just trying to kind of tease the borderline between the Bs and the Cs and see what I can do, or if I'm absolutely able to do anything. My goal is to ride with the front groups, or the any group really, any moving group in the Cat B races, just to see what the difference is. So there you go. That's like flat out. You've got it there. Is when I rode this on Cat C, I think I did a 20-minute 05 effort. I think it was thereabouts, 20-minute 05, and it was a 3.2 watt per kg effort. This evening I did a 3.5 watts and 19:24 minutes. So, you know, 40 seconds-ish faster and 0.3 watts per kg higher, and that was just staying in this group. You'll see that a few of the burrs, little rolling hills, I just have to like pump my energy into them. I did take a few easier days coming into this, had a few days with a fan, but that's another story. It was really nice, but a couple of days, very easy days, just rolling around on the gravel bike, just going up and down, which was lovely. But every time we're in this race, I had to race this smart. Interestingly, you know, I think there's 29 people in this race, and I come maybe 18th or something, I think. And I had one of the lowest watts per kg. I definitely don't come last, and that was a big thing for me. I love that. I'm not like category enforced to have to do Bs yet. I can still ride Cat Cs. I believe category enforcement takes in more than just like an FTP test. It takes in, you know, 20-minute efforts here and all the different things that you accumulate over the course of riding in the Zwift universe. So I haven't been category enforced into Cat B yet. I'm pretty sure if I keep doing efforts like today, then maybe that might change. But this is one of the key moments of the race when we come up to, there are a couple of like rolling burrs in this, so not quite inclines, not quite climbs. If this is pretty much the perfect race for me because it was like rollers, and so it wasn't quite, you know, sprinters, it wasn't quite climbers, but, you know, they refer to some of these cyclists as punchers, but it's neither here nor there. You just got to be able to hold on and put the watts down when they're needed. This is one of the spots where it was needed, which is this slight incline, and the group moves forward and puts the watts down a bit harder. I was always trying to be clever about my positioning on these, which is, you know, if you start from the back and you fall backwards, then you're screwed, right? If you start from the back and the group then puts on more watts, you're screwed. So I always try and make sure that I start a climb and make sure my positioning at the start of the climb is good. and you'll notice that generally I kind of move backwards through a climb and just try and hold on to the wheel at the back. That's my tactic, and it works reasonably well, because it means that if I just put a bit of effort on, like ramp a few easy watts in early, then that positions me a bit better at the start of the climb. And then, as naturally kind of not being a stronger rider as some of the other Cat B riders, I then end up falling backwards. The thing that and the main difference, this is the moment that's the main difference between the Bs and the Cs, is that riding off the top of this hill was hard as hell. Like, these guys were just hammering it off the top. So we've done the climb, and we're over the climb, and then it's just the sustained effort where someone's maybe trying to break the group, and you can see someone leading out and attacking, so the rest of the group is moving up. This absolutely hurt like crazy. And this is one of the key differences between the Bs and the Cs, is that I felt like the sustained intensity was just higher. I think that's obviously one of the key factors that's nudged up my watts per kg average for the 19.5 minutes that it took me to get to the finish line. But all in all, very, very happy with this race. As I said earlier, I kind of tailored this one a bit more to my ability, in that I chose one where it was slightly lower numbers, slightly less numbers, which means that it wasn't going to hair off the front super quickly, and the Zwift dynamics weren't going to kick in and make sure everyone was moving along at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So 29 people, that's a really good number for a Cat B race. If you are a Cat C rider, kind of anything in that kind of under, 25 and under is kind of what I would say would make a good Cat B race to dive into if you are a Cat C rider. And obviously the second factor is the fact that there's no big climbs in this. If there'd been a big climb, my watts per kg, even though it was 3.5, was still one of the lowest in the races. So if there'd been a big climb, I just would have, by the time we got to the top, I would have lost the front group. I would have fallen off. I'd be on my own. That's kind of the way I saw it happening. Every time we got to a climb, I was moving backwards, but I was able to just about sustain some of the moves and some of the paces on the flats. And obviously, you can see I've never put down a 3.5 watts per kg average in a race before, and so I'm very happy, even if it is only a 19.5 minute race. That's definitely a really good starting point. All I was doing was just trying to make sure my legs didn't fall off as I was cranking through the gears. I will say that my bike definitely needs a service, because there is, when I'm still rocking the mechanical gearing, but that point when sometimes you click through a gear on mechanical gearing and suddenly it jumps up 2. But if you're trying to put down watts and your legs are burning and you suddenly jump up 2 gears, it becomes twice as hard. You're like, oh damn! It's just that half second where you just lose yourself a little bit. You're just like, this hurts. And it kind of over cranks, and you lose some of the momentum. So that does actually play a factor. Well, certainly for me anyway. But that is also it depends on. That's one of the key features on what do they call it? The turbo on the trainer settings. If you set your trainer settings to 100%, then you're going to need your gears more often than if you set it on 0%. Do they call it trainer difficulty? But yeah, and then those clicking through gearings, that's when you lose momentum or change momentum or you change your cadence. So that has a big effect on how you race. And that's definitely what I was finding, is that sometimes my gears were, I was skipping up 2, and it was just like I was losing the momentum whilst trying to hold the wattage, and that really hurt. Anyway, some of these stronger efforts through the middle. So this is not what I'm used to, right? So I'm hoping this is really going to help with my training, and more races like this would be a godsend, because coming almost dead last in a race and still putting down a PB. And I take a close look at my power curve at the end of this, and everything from about 13 minutes through to 19 minutes is all PB-ish on the power curve, so which is great news. So I'm just working my ass off to stay with the group. I'm kind of using my power-ups when everyone else uses their power-ups. Sorry, this hasn't been so much about the race. It's more just trying to give you the experience of what it's like as a C rider riding in this B race. For me, I was literally just trying to stay with the group when I could, like worrying about my, I guess, positioning. So if anything, I would have thought that I was probably one of the more efficient, economical riders in the race, because I'm just trying to hold on. There was a certain couple of points where I realized, and this is one of them actually, where I realized where we are and I realized what's coming up. And I know that having got this far into the race, kind of 15, 16 minutes, I know that there's one climb that I have to survive, and then there's the climb up to the finish. Obviously, I did this race on Monday in the Cat C, so I know the course a little bit. And here I knew was quite a big or a steeper climb. I wanted to make sure I finished with the front groups. I put a bit of an effort in going down into the climbs. I wanted to make sure that I had my positioning right when it came into the climb. I knew I was going to get burnt off in the climb, that's fine. But if I start from the back, I'm always going to fall off the back. If I start from mid-pack or forward at the front of the pack, I know I'm going to be in a better position. So I kind of work my way or put some watts down. Here, you see me just step out the saddle there just to get the watts down to make sure I'm positioned well at the beginning of the climb, right? So I'm not falling off the back there. And then when we put the watts down, kind of move through it well and just kind of really dog it out. So that was nice. I was like pretty happy with that. I thought if I stayed at the back and just tried to hold wheels, there was a chance of being spat out the back on this climb. Not particularly it's not particularly steep by any means. You know, we can see that, but it definitely, you know, you're moving along and guys are taking it quite quickly because we are within a kilometre and a half of the finish, a mile from the finish. A few guys, including myself, had to use power-ups just to make it through. Then obviously the difference between the Bs and the Cs is that the Bs like to hold the power. So they whack that power on at the top, and then this is me. You know, I'm not going to lie, guys. I did have one eye on the distance to the finish, and I was like, do you know what? Like, I'm in the front group. This was goal achieved. I was just trying to hold the front group for the whole race. Like, you're doing it, Max. You're doing it. I was the little engine that could right about here. So I wasn't trying to like set any records. I was just like dead chuffed that I managed to make it to this point with the group. I also knew that if I got dropped now, then that wouldn't be riding the race with the front group, you know. So I knew that I had to kind of work this last section to stay with this group. Otherwise, I couldn't really say that I'd ridden the race with the front group for the entirety, or you know. So I put my work in, and this was like, there is one last climb up to the finish, and it's a killer because obviously, you know, I've set power curve PBs. You know, this is me PBing. That's the face of a man PBing his power curve. But this was going to be the last climb, and I knew this was up to the finish, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't completely suck. So, bit of an effort. Guys that didn't use their power-ups are obviously going through. I knew that I wasn't going to stand any chance of moving through with the group here, so this was just going to be me going backwards, and I was completely fine with that because I felt like I put a huge effort in. I didn't actually feel at the time, like, I'm not going to be honest, like, oh, I will be honest, it didn't feel like I was, you know, a 3.5 watts per kg PB effort. Like, I just felt like I was riding as hard as I damn could and trying to hold on. And I think these little efforts here, and I was determined. I was determined to beat this lad in front of me now. But I'm really happy with it. And as a Cat C rider, you know, I think these are the races that are going to make a difference in performance. Like, that's a really good training effort to be able to do as I just move through and kind of hold it for the finish line. I'm looking forward to trying to do this next week for the Race the Worlds event. Try and do one Cat C and then do another one that's Cat B. And right, look at me, I'm in an absolute state. Usually I'm straight off the bike. I really struggle. Really happy with it. If you give me a second, I will cut through to my power curves, and then look, there we go. You can just have a quick look at the numbers there and see that I do get a few PBs. That's me done, guys. I will see you next week. I will be riding Cat C Monday morning, and then I will do a Cat B later in the week.